Hi everyone. So in this video, I've literally just got a couple of wholesalers up. And what I'm going to do is basically just go through them and help you check whether they're legit or not. Because like I've covered in a previous video, there's a difference between obviously vetting suppliers for legitimacy and quality, right? And profitability. In this video, we're just going to go through and do a few checks to see whether or not these suppliers are legit, basically, so you don't get scammed from that side of things, right? So are these suppliers actually companies that we could put our trust in? So let's get started and go through the first one. So all I'm going to do here is go through and see. So apparently these guys supply many leading manufacturers, blah, blah, blah. And they have relationships with these brands, apparently. Okay. So let's have a bit of a look. So here we've got the limited company name. Take that and check out their company information. Oh, so that's showing as permanently closed there. Let's look here. Okay, that's accounts overdue, confirmation statement overdue. Let's look at the filing history. Okay, so they're liquidating. So do not, basically, don't contact this company in summary. But yeah, like, because a lot of people will see this and be like, oh yeah, look at this, great, they're stocking direct from these manufacturers. Let's open up an account with these guys and make profits X, Y, and Z. That ain't happening. Okay, so that's why it's important to do these checks. Also, we can check out their address and let's have a look. Yeah, so a company like this you would not proceed with, basically. So straight off the bat, you can see why it was important to even check that in the first place, and check these things, because a lot of companies, or a lot of people think, oh, okay, this looks great. Like I've said, fancy website, all these manufacturers, it looks very nice and professional, because it does has all this information here on compliance and whatnot. However, we've seen, which they are, well, basically we've seen that they're liquidating and they don't even operate from a premises. Again, their registered address could be different to their warehouse address, like the head office there, but they are liquidating, so would stay away. Let's say we come across this company now. Some of their trusted brands, great. They have no MOQ, so with no minimum order quantity, we buy in bulk so that you don't have to. Again, that's sort of a red flag. The fact that there's no MOQ, that means it's an easily, like anyone can purchase this stock. So there's no barrier to entry there. Yeah, and working together, that's what you want. But let's actually check. So they said our team have over 25 years of experience. Okay. Let's dig a bit deeper. Again, we've got a company here, TCT Holdings Limited. Let's dig a bit deeper into that. So they were incorporated in 2022. So even though they've said they've got experience of 25 years, let's say their directors or their buyers may have been in the game for 20 years, right? Just because that's incorporated in 2022 doesn't mean that they're lying straight off the bat. We can have a look at like their accounts. Okay, so they're not the biggest of companies, as we can see from that, right? So even here, we're going to like 2024. Yeah, again, they only had 20K's worth of assets. So they're not the biggest of companies according to that. And something else we can check is their location. Where are they operating from? You can also check people if you want, that's down to you. Where are they operating from? Let's have a look. Okay, so perhaps they are operating. Can't really see much, but well, they are operating from a unit from what it looks like, what I can see here. But I don't see anything that screams TCT distribution anywhere. again, things like this, you can just call them and be like, can we come down to your warehouse for a visit? Blah, blah, blah. And then obviously find out if they've actually got premises. But from here, I can't see much. It just looks like quite an industrial place. So yeah, we'd double check that. But again, straight off the bat, our suppliers, they're the brands that they work with. It doesn't look like a company like this, like with the fact that they only have 20 grand's worth of assets. It doesn't look like a company like this will be able to get you the prices that you want. But that's a different thing, right? In terms of legitimacy, this company does look to be operating and functioning. We just need to double check on the premises side of things. I mean, how they actually operate, right? Look here. Whether you're a single hair salon or a chain of independent garden centers. Okay, so we can see here straight off the bat, retail business. Essentially, us being Amazon wholesale sellers, we want to be working with companies that supply wholesalers, bigger companies, right? That'll be able to get us better pricing. So this probably wouldn't work for us. So yes, you can try and open up an account with these guys, try and negotiate with these guys, but you are going to find out that they're not going to actually be able to offer you great pricing, and we've still on there. Now that touches on what I mean when I say outreach with precision, whereby we need to verify the quality of these companies. So obviously this company might be legit. I might give them a call, they might show us their warehouse, however, they ain't going to be able to offer us profitable pricing. Off that, or 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be able to move on their pricing. Phoenix FMCG distribution, let's have a look. So these guys are not in the UK. So whether you want to pursue a company like this, that is down to you. Have something I'll think of is Fabulosa, yeah. Something I'll think of, yeah. So we can go into this. Okay, South Africa. Something I'll think of. Let's say Fabulosa was made in the UK. It is pointless opening up an account, let's say with Phoenix, to try and stock Fabulosa when we know for Fabulosa, if it's for the sake of this example, if it's manufactured in the UK, it's literally gone to South Africa. If you're bringing it back, there's no way you're going to be able to get that product at good price points, right? You're going to be able to get it better in the UK. So that's just an example I've given there. So what we do here with Phoenix Distribution is let's select contact them, see if they have a warehouse address. We specialize in supplying businesses, wholesalers, authorized resellers. Okay, then. So yeah, let's dig a bit deeper and see if these guys have a warehouse or a premises of some sorts. So let's have a look. Let's literally give these guys a search. That's South Africa. Brilliant. It's a park. Oh, that doesn't say Phoenix Distribution. But to be honest with you, a company like this that stocks those sorts of wholesale products, like the brands that they held, we're going to be able to get those sorts of brands for better as a supplier in Europe. So I wouldn't even proceed with a company like that, if I'm being honest, because it's gone so far out. Obviously, that incurs costs. That's going to obviously have to take a toll on the buy prices and whatnot. Let's say here, let's just give these guys a search. Sure. Let's see if they've got a warehouse to check if they're an actual company. There we go. Yes, they are. So we know a company like that is legit. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too much of the can we negotiate with these guys? Do they have quality? In this video, I just want to go through companies and determining whether or not, obviously, they're not scams, basically, or they're legit, right? Again, like that, yeah, like a company, like I know you can have really poor or really good suppliers with poor websites, but this website just looks extremely, extremely, extremely poor, right? So, for example, let's read more about them. Okay, Delit Group is on the leading FMCG goods wholesalers, founded in 2020. Our mission. Okay. Let's do it deeper then. Okay, that's their website. Let's have a look over here. 2021. Okay. Let's look at their accounts for the sake of this example. Okay, yeah, something like this, red flag. Let's also check, see if they've got any, like where were they based? I think their address was like a normal virtual office address or a shared address. Yeah, but a company like this, only a grand, I wouldn't even bother with that. We can download their T's and C's and have a look. There, I'd probably get on the phone with them, see if they have a warehouse. Because, like, for example, when we looked there, where was it? Or here, like, if that's their actual warehouse, that might be something to like, let's just say to them, oh, can we come down, have a look around? Because if you're one of the largest in the UK, I'm sure going to want to see that, right? So we'll get on the phone with these guys and actually check as well. But straight off the bat, the company is very, very subpar. But yeah, so that's one with further vet. So now we've got another wholesaler here. Okay, let's check if these guys are legit. Straight off the bat, we've got a nice fancy website. Nice website does not always mean good, but like they're 3,000 meters square foot of a warehouse space, 2.5K products that operate in 90 different countries, 13 years on the market, right? Okay, so they're not based in the UK. About us, let's see what your warehouse is looking like. Or let's see where you are based. Okay, so these guys will export. Look, they will sort out the documents and certificates needed. Frequently asked questions. Let's give it a read here. So these guys are shipping containers, trailers, truckloads, road to your freight. So what I want to find here is, okay, where are you guys actually located? Because obviously these guys are international. So let's have a look at where your warehouse is and what it looks like. Because that's the power of Google now. You're going to let me find out. Contact us. Sometimes on this page it will have their location. All right, let's just have a look. See if you can find some sort of Google profile. They're located in Bulgaria. So what I would do with a company like this is get on the phone, ask them where they're located, take that address, plug it into Google Maps, and actually have a look at the warehouse. Because looking at this, all looks good. Like you can import they'll provide you with whatever customs documents you need, whatever certificates they need, or you need, sorry. So that all looks fine, but I want to make sure what their warehouse actually looks like and whatnot. Oh, they've got a LinkedIn page. You got any further information here for me? Over 25 employees. Yeah, I'd want to find okay, so from everything which is lining up here, this does look like a very legit company and it doesn't look like a scam. However, I definitely want to see this warehouse or at least know where it's located. But yeah, I'd get on the phone and just speak to these people as well. That's another thing with making sure these suppliers are legit. Like even the ones that we've covered, just get on the phone, have a chat with these people, meet them in person. Obviously, you're not going to jet out to Bulgaria, but you get what I'm saying. Jump on a Zoom call with them. Like even that, what's it? This one, like this delete one. Get on a Zoom call, have them walk you around the warehouse. I've literally had that actually. I've been on literally WhatsApp video calls with suppliers and they're FaceTiming and they're showing me around. So that's something you can do as well. Let's have a look at this. This website is a bit of a mess, if I'm being honest with you. Cart incentive, what even is that? Yeah, this just doesn't look. Yeah, I'd ignore this website. Like, what even is this? Top 10 bestsellers. This is not a sort of company that I typically would want to work with. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, where are these guys located? One Chase Road, Romford, Essex, and I've still got all this WordPress copyright everywhere. So this probably is not going to be. Yeah, it's someone's gaff, whatever that is. It's not even someone's gaff. It's a whatever that is. Yeah, that's not a wholesaler or someone we want to be working with. Essentially, let's read their about us page telling us that the biggest wholesaler in the UK. Yeah, something like this we wouldn't go near again. But yeah, that just gave you a quick rundown of essentially things you can look at to see whether or not these companies are scams or not, because people do get stung. So these are just checks you can do, and it's very, very easy to tell whether it's a scam or not, but people just it just blinds them. Like, for example, with that earlier example, I can't remember what it was. Like, for example, this they're liquidating. I'm not saying it's a scam, but obviously you want to accumulate as much data as possible, whereby, hang on a second, this doesn't even pass the vetting process for legitimacy. Forget quality, but legitimacy. So you want to check. And like I've said, you can do all these checks, get on the phone with these guys as well, speak to them, get an understanding of where they're located, jump on video calls with them, get them to walk around the warehouse on a video call if you can't meet them in person, do all these things. There's so many things you can do. You should not get scammed doing wholesale, right? Because the types of companies which you are going to be working with are going to be legit companies. But yeah, that was a little quick rundown of things you can look out for to make sure you don't get scammed, essentially, and you make sure your suppliers are legit. If you like the video, like the video. If you're new here, leave a subscribe. And any video suggestions, leave any comments you want down below, and I'll catch you in the next video.